Yes, now, and welcome back to another episode of the Top Loader Podcast. Welcome back to season 4 and happy new year. And before we introduce our very special guest, a massive thanks yet again for Third Down Displays for powering up this episode of the Top Loader Podcast. Whether you need card stands, custom grade kits, grade preparation kits, you name it, they've got it. And even if you go in store, you can use TTP10 at checkout for 10% off all your needs. And there's only one way to start a new season, a new year of the podcast. And for introducing a very special guest, making his debut, is getting the initial cap, the one, the only, BartsSportsCards himself. How are you doing, my good friend?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well. Like I say, it's sometimes we get people on who have not seen the podcast before, but big fan of the podcast. So how does it feel to be getting the first call up of 2025?
When I first received the news, I was in tears. My parents had to get around me, build me up ready for this big debut for me. I'm overwhelmed, really. I'm speechless. Like, just to be around you, Ronnie, for an hour of your time, it touches me. I'm just buzzing to get going.
Yeah, like I say, we wanted to start with special, and especially everyone's heard your name quite a few recently about a few breaks. But before we get to talk about the breaks and everything like that, just for an introduction to people, like, how did you actually get into the hobby?
Well, growing up, obviously, like everyone else in the UK, you're collecting match attacks, shootout, if you remember them.
Yeah.
And then probably throughout high school, obviously dropped off of cards. And then 2020, obviously COVID hits. You're watching all the YouTube videos, you got everybody on, you got Card Collector 2, you got Pac-Man, you got all these. And I'm thinking, I want some cards. I'm on, was it StockX? I'm ordering cards from StockX. Sat in my room opening 2019-20 basketball, getting Zions and Jars, posting them on Facebook, selling them base cards for like 20 quid. I'm like, this is magical. Got to be involved in this. And then finding F1 through Harry, who was obviously doing 2020 breaks when it was first out. I was that just hooks you straight away. F1, anything F1 with cards is absolutely unreal.
Yeah, I was going to say that 2020 COVID boom was one of them that you had to be there to really experience.
Yeah, you had to experience it.
That was great. Some of the prices, some of the cards, people won't understand to this day that there's cards now that do 40 quid. We're doing like 900 to 1,000. I just don't even know where to go.
It didn't even matter if it was like obviously US sports or US cards. Like even people were just collecting because they were just in their homes, had nothing to do. They were just going, I've got all these cards in my loft or something, these match tags. I want to go complete the set. So you'd have people like paying like a couple £1 for like match attacks. Like no one wanted them 6 months ago, and they were just flying. I just couldn't believe it. It's unreal.
I was going to say that first F1 release as well. I know obviously you there with the breaks. You look back at it now, and that's such a pivotal moment, especially within the F1 world, having that initial set for Chrome. And there's been a few licenses that they've started with a bit of a stinker, so to speak, and it's taken a couple of years to get into it. But that first year Chrome was spectacular, and to this day is the top echelons of what people collect. And looking back at it, obviously now with the introduction of like F3, for example, but they have nailed that first year Chrome set. That checklist was just so nice to, even now looking back on it, you're like, yeah, they did do a very good job.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it's fantastic. It was the pricing on it. It was just ridiculous, like 100 something a box to begin with. Obviously, it's like £2,000 a box now, but obviously, just being involved in 2020 breaks and realizing what I was spending for like a case breaker hat, it was like 40 quid. If I want to buy that now, it's, I don't know, 400, 500 quid. But like, just being around in that 2020 when it came out, the cards were absolutely beautiful. We didn't feel like the market responded straight away. It was like 2021.
Yeah.
Just everything flew. Anything 2020. It's so hard to grade as well. But if you get anything without that little thumbprint on the back, a 10, it doesn't matter. It could be an F2 driver who's in Rallycross or something now. PSA 10, anything of him will go for £100 just because it's so hard to gem.
Yeah. I was going to say, the amount of cards from that year's Crow, I've seen the dreaded little edge pill on the back.
Oh, it's awful.
It gives you nightmare. I remember a few times you had a card and you was reluctant to turn it around. Just you didn't want to see it, and you'd turn it around and your eye straight away was like, or you was like, oh my God, I've actually got one without a bit of peel. But moving on from F1 briefly, obviously now breaking a lot, whether it's with very good friends of ours, obviously stateside,
Yeah.
but also for yourself. So what made you actually want to get into the actual braking side of it as well?
Well, how do you say it without sounding like an addict? It's
Don't worry, there's a lot of us.
opening packs, right, is just the most enjoyable thing you can do. And if I'm not opening packs for myself, I'd rather be opening packs for someone else and pulling someone else something good.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something about just euphoric opening a pack of cards. I don't know why it's so good. Well, I don't even care. We could be opening tennis and it's shit. Let's be honest. It's not great. But it's just something about opening packs with someone else and then seeing the chat just goes mad. It's incredible. The interactions you get as well.
Yeah.
Live breaking, it's unreal.
I was going to say, especially with some of the stuff you've been breaking as well, the community that grows within it, it's that a core group of people always for the same sports. Sometimes they'll transcend into a different break, but it's such a nice feeling when you go in there. It's all the same names. You don't even need to look at who's bought what spot to know who's got each spot. It's so great. I love, especially obviously moving on to now the one that I do break a lot with you, obviously Team GB, which pretty much you are the only person who breaks Team GB, especially within last season. But it's such a great release as well. So obviously being the GB aficionado like us, we love the Olympics, we love everything like that.
Yeah.
It was such is it a no-brainer for you to actually rip a product like that with interest in the product? It's a great product. It ticks all the boxes.
Well, with Team GB, watched it all summer. I thought I want to whip the boxes myself, but there's got to be a lot of people who would be interested in their memories. Really, the Olympics only comes around every 4 years.
Yeah,
you might have been, I don't know, you might have been watching it with your mum or something. You might have been watching Tom Pidcock's great comeback with your mum, and that'd be something you pinpoint as a memory. So it's just the Olympics is all about memories, and those cards, they're not going to get any more cards for another 4 years.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a no-brainer to one, break it, and two, it's so good. The price point of that product was unreal.
Very good.
Compared to other products that Topps releases. Topps will love you. Don't stop supplying me with stuff. Thank you very much.
But just touching on that, especially for people who don't realise, with Team GB, there's only really ever been 2 proper releases. Yes. And how household name a lot of these Olympians are. And for example, Mo Farah, Chris Hoy, people like this have only been in one set. You think of a Ronaldo, a Messi, a Ronaldinho, Zidane. They've been in thousands of sets near enough now. That some of these are household names. These are legends of their sport. Some of the greatest to ever do it, and they've got one card. It's still mental to me to this day that these athletes just don't get the sets, and people don't realise it as well. That wait, what do you mean? So they have cards? I have that sometimes when I list up one of the cards that you pulled me. There was like, did not know they even had cards, and I was like, it's just mental.
It's mad. I just feel it doesn't get. It's not. There's not the allure with obviously the athletic, or there is with athletics, but a lot of the Olympic sports. It's not like it's not on all channels. You can't just watch it. It's not obviously televised as much as football and stuff. But when it's on, everyone's watching it. There's millions of people watching it, so they are household names. Like Chris Hoy, for example, his pricing is so cheap for what he's done.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. I think honestly, if this is, don't listen to my advice, but buy some Chris Hoy cards. You've got someone's got over like. Yeah, he's never going to have cards again.
No,
he might have a legend card, but he's got an auto in the first set as well, I believe. If he doesn't have, if he has an auto, if he doesn't have an auto, try and get an auto of him now. Anything Chris Hoy will be ridiculously expensive coming a few years.
I was going to say, especially now, if we look at the sports personality of the year that just recently played, obviously Keely Hodgkinson winning. It's crazy to think that everyone knows who she is. Everyone.
Yeah, but she's got 2 cards.
She's got 2 cards, and of that, even like the highest number in, which is to 49, you can probably pick up about 25, 30 quid.
Yeah, you can.
Which is mental to think. Obviously, I'm not getting into the palaver of tops now. We don't have to do that because we're still waiting. Obviously, it's still 2025. We're still waiting for them parallels. However, you look at some of the athletes, especially in there as well from this year's sets at the Olympics, who've done so well. But then also you look back at the people like Adam Peaty, who is an absolute
Legend.
icon of the sport.
Yeah.
It's not even a case of these ones are, these are heroes of Team GB. These are people that people try and beat, and they will be trying to beat for multiple of Olympia to come. And like I said, there's not much love. They don't get many sets. Next set will probably be
2026.
2028. That's what it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, 2028. Oh, it's 2028. Yeah, 2028.
And obviously, we know for that one, it's in America, so it's going to have a lot of fanatics are going to get the most out of that set as possible. We know that. We love that. And like I say, it's in contrast. Obviously, you do break a lot of other stuff. GB, we've got to talk about one of the latest releases from Topps, which I think had to go down as top 2, top 3 best releases of 2024, which was F1 Logo Fractor. For you, obviously, breaking it, collecting it, how nice was it and how refreshing to have an F1 set that was A, priced absolutely unbelievably, but B,
priced,
aesthetically superb.
Well, it was nice to have a product that people are actually excited for. Like, even if you're hitting an F3 low numbered, people are griping at it, but the cards look absolutely unreal. 50 quid they were on Topps for, and 500 cases. It's unreal. Like, I can't believe how many. That's ridiculous. I can't. It's got to be the best product since 2020. Probably for F1.
Yeah, wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, it has to be. There's no. They brought out qualifying lap, which is meant to be a light version of Chrome, and it's £25 more expensive than
£75 retail. Yeah.
How? I don't get how. There's
I
one hit in a box.
Still think to this day that it should be £50 for qualifying lap, but even 50 quid for qualifying lap would still be expensive.
It's like a blaster box, basically.
Yeah, that's a blaster box, but the Logo Fractor, you get near enough the same amount of. You get 4 numbered minimum, potentially 5.
Yeah.
And so you get most of the time it's better than a hobby box anyway. But for it don't make no sense. It's definitely someone somewhere has done something wrong for that set.
And they have to, right? It's £100 to £150 minimum, I think, what it should be valued at. It's got 4 numbered, possibly 5. The only thing, obviously, Chrome has is autographs. Everyone gripes at that because there's F2.
Yeah.
But they have to do it with other sports. I don't understand why they wouldn't now. You've seen the success of it. But then, knowing Topps, that's going to be £100, £200 box. They might do it for women's soccer, and then it'll be £150 a box, and you're getting 1 numbered.
Yeah.
Knowing your luck.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to release a box of that price range, that efficient, because you literally, if you're opening it, you're getting 4 numbered. Worst comes worst, you're paying £12.50 per numbered card. And near enough all of them are selling for at least 20 quid.
It's ridiculous.
Which is so good. And obviously there's another sets that you break, which is, we don't want to sound like we're being harsh at Topps, but it is what it is. Because you've got to be harsh on them. They've got to grow it. Yeah. Tennis, for example.
Oh God.
Graphite's just released, which I think looks like a very nice set. But we won't talk about Tennis Chrome because that is painful. But Graphite, obviously, you did actually break some last week. So how is that going? Because that is the newer release title of the tennis franchise for Topps.
Graphite Tennis, compared to Chrome, is worlds above it. Obviously, what's your highest number? 199 or something like that. But if you hit, you get a relic auto, an auto box, you're getting 4 numbered, and you also get a metal card.
Yeah.
For, was it £140 retail? Chrome was 180, 190?
180 it was retail.
But you're getting 3 autos in the Chrome. But how many of them are going to be good? Like none of them are going to be good, really.
Yeah.
Like, Graphite, you've got relic autos of Carlos Alcaraz on card. Djokovic, unnumbered, goes for $1,000.
Yeah.
$1,000. That's crazy for a product that's £140. Like, the breaks as well. They've been first break wasn't too bad. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be sat there for hours. I thought it was going to be dancing on the stream again, started twerking and stuff. But no, I didn't have to for today. The other day, wasn't too bad. I was doing 2 hours to fill. Everyone, to be fair, even if they didn't hit, they weren't too unhappy. Like with Chrome effort, if you don't hit, you don't want to take part again. But Graphic, because the product is just that nice and pleasing to look at, people, there's no gripe because the prices weren't massively expensive on spots. So Carlos Alcaraz went for like 40 quid, £10 a box, and you got a chance at an auto relic. Any card of Alcaraz is going for bases are going for 20, 30 quid. It's ridiculous. Well, I can't believe the value on some of the cards, but I think they've, how do you put it nicely? They dove in the deep end with Chrome tennis or tennis as a product. Like with cricket, for example, they've slowly building up to a big set like a Chrome. Tennis, they just went straight into the deep end. It's just, there's obviously enough fans for tennis, but there's not enough fans for Ulysses Blanche, or for example, just a random men's player. Like there might be 5 collectors of him in the world. That's probably a push, unless his family are collecting him. But I would definitely say that graphite should probably, in my opinion, have been. I wouldn't have minded if they put it to £200 to £250 set, and they dumped half of those names out.
Yeah,
made it more of a premium names. So was it 200 card base set? Make it 100, all premium players. Can have a few rookies like Lernertine or whatever, a few like proper decent little rookies chasing, and then just build the setup. You need like a proper, like the cricket, was it Legends or whatever it's called?
Yeah,
that product was ridiculous. All the names in that set were amazing, but I don't want to be opening a box of tennis going, I can get a Mira Andreeva, and then realizing I can't really because it's 1 in 100 chance you're going to hit one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think Tops have got to realise that yes, it's great having an abundance of people in the set, but it negates the actual purpose of most of these sets. Because no disrespect to some of these players who are ranked 150 to 200, who knows in 5 years' time they actually could be decent. But for the moment, no one's buying their cards.
There's a few people are like ranked 500.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say I've seen like to 5s go for about 30 quid, and I'm like, how's that possible? And then I looked, and it was record at majors, 6 qualifiers, none qualified for, and I was like, how has that person got in this checklist? But like you say, the great example with cricket, they've done very limited releases. They do one for the 100 every year, which is mostly just the big names. They've done the ECB one, which was all the big names, and the Legends one, it was big names. So that's what they've got to realize. Imagine a tennis set where it was literally 50 players. Of that, 15 of them are all-time legends that they have licensing for. 35 of them are top 10 in each, men and female, then selected other big names and prospects. No one's going to complain.
Yeah, no one will complain.
No, it makes no sense to me. But like I say, I think that's more from the American sports philosophy of the checklists are an abundantly big part. American sports you cannot compare because, especially like the NBA and stuff like that, with 32 teams in the league, you're not putting 15 players per team. You're putting like 6, and of them 6, 5 of them are very well known, and one's a rookie. So obviously you've done American sports as well. Do you enjoy breaking the American sports as well? Because that is a completely different world. It's so different.
It's not a gripe on the UK, but it sort of is. I feel with the basketball, I think opening the basketball is good, but I feel like the rookie chasing, and obviously all the people don't sign different companies, but then it's not. How do you say it? I feel like the basketball community in the UK is very toxic. If I'm being honest, in my opinion, a few people will agree with me. That's why I've stopped breaking it because everyone is just out to cut each other off. They don't because the product's so hard to break at the moment with Wemby not signing, Brandon Miller not signing, Scoopnet signing. There's hardly anyone signed. There's no point of. So it's so hard to break, so hard to fill. People are sat there for hours. When Wemby's in the product, you shouldn't be sat there for hours realistically.
No.
So everyone's cutting each other off with £1 starts. But then that comes down to the platform that they're on.
Yeah.
Which is that's another story. But they're good. I think it just comes down to: do you want to break unlicensed products at the moment with Tops? And in my opinion, you don't.
No.
They've pumped too many Wemby autos with his own set. That's now decreased the demand, in my opinion, to chase him.
Yeah.
And the other players aren't selling for what so those rookies aren't selling for what they should be selling for.
Yeah. Yeah, no. As I say, you can imagine if for people who might not understand like the NBA world, it would be like Panini obviously bringing out your Premier League Prism, but then Topps bringing out a football first division set, so to speak.
Yeah,
and
it's like PES and FIFA.
Yeah, whereas like Topps say they had like Haaland, they had Saka, they had De Bruyne and a few others, and then you go back to Panini, and then they've not got the autos, but you want their autos, so you go to Topps. But then they don't have the jersey, so you want to go back to Panini, and then you end up just going, you know what? I don't really want
either.
No.
Yeah, it's not good for the hobby. I don't think. The sooner it's sorted, the better. But then I also don't want one company dominating a sport or a product. So, the best thing Topps have done, in my opinion, for US sports is the college stuff. Like, it's incredible for prospecting. One, two, there's a great avenue for you to make money, because if you just you open that product, that Bowman Chrome product, when it comes out, you get like a Jared McCain, for example. You open him, you get him, and then you wait till the draft, and there's no pro jersey cards out, so his cards are going to fly. They always do.
Yeah.
So I think if they only had the college license, I don't think it would be as bad. But with no license on those cards, some of the images they chose are awful as well. Wemby was okay because he's back to his, back to it. But some of them, why would you collect it? It looks like something that my nephew might have created in school with a picture of a drawing. Like he didn't know how to draw the badge, so he hasn't done it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you'd put the jeopardy of Topps Chrome and you having the basketball as a whole franchise, or whatever, on your cards. I just wouldn't have made a product.
Yeah,
I would have just whacked Wemby in baseball products and his own product. I wouldn't have whacked a Topps Chrome license altogether until they had it fully.
No, I think it's a very good point, especially when they did bring out that Mercury set for Wembanyama, where everyone was like, "Well, I would equate, if people didn't know what that set is, I'll equate it to the Luke Littler dart set that's come out of. It's just Wemby. It's Wemby, different achievements, but again, it's such a shame for that one because it was still unlicensed. So you get that plain white and black jersey on some of them. But if anyone doesn't know it, just go and have a look at it, because you'll realise some of the pictures they use. A lot of them is with his wingspan, just looking at his back, so it's just his number and name. Or you get the odd one where his arms kind of like diagonally across his body, so you can't see it. Like they're done.
It's painful.
Some of them are quite comical as well when you get to like your Aaron Gordons and stuff like that. Of the picture is horrendous that they've used.
It's dreadful.
Yeah, or super close-ups as well. Like it's just not good to look at. But it's obviously they're tied a bit with the licensing, and it is different, the American side of it. Like I say, especially in the UK, the pool of people is a lot smaller. It's a very different market. The NFL, NBA, MLB, wherever you want to be, to your Premier League, Champions League. That most of it in America is prospecting. They're buying to resell. They're getting involved in breaks to hit something. Obviously, there is a lot of PC collectors in America, but a lot of it is flipping, and that just doesn't happen with a lot of the markets in the UK.
It's not established.
No, not at all. And you can look. That's why you can always look at breaks in the UK, and it's near enough the same person or same group of people that will go for the same spot, no matter who breaks it. And that's because everyone is collectors near enough. All right, you've got a group of people who buy and sell very well. Not as much the American sports, but more Premier League, Champions League, the higher end stuff. But obviously, over the last year, like since you've been breaking, have you noticed many differences, or is it kind of just one of them that the UK scene, it's developing in other areas more than the breaking side of it? That's how I see it. That we've grown a lot in like the buying and reselling, the grading, card shows, events, and stuff like that. But it seems like it's just very very the
Exactly.
same breaking. It's just it is where it is, and nothing's really changing about it.
Well, I don't with breaking as a whole in the UK over the last year. I'd say everyone. It does. The people. I feel to me, it feels like people don't collect what they want when they're breaking. If they're buying into breaks, well, half the time, it feels like, for example, Marvel, Disney, Logo Factor. People will just buy in to what's hot at that moment, which is obviously what normally happens. But that's why I loved the UK when it was breaking like a year ago, for example, the basketball. You'd have 2 or 3 people for the Warriors, 2 or 3 different people going for the Spurs. It doesn't matter who the rookie is; they'd still buy their spot because it's their team. But nowadays, you've sort of just got to rely on like a couple big fish in the UK to come and hopefully close your breakout, unless you're going to be sat there for hours. So I feel like the breaking in the UK slowed down, but with Whatnot, singles seem to be good, but I feel like more people actually want the interaction at a card show nowadays, to be honest. If you're selling singles, it's more enjoyable. 2, you actually kind of speak to the person you're buying them from, see the cards in hand. And I think buying at a card show nowadays is just, in the UK, people actually understand that if you're buying a card, you're not going to pay full comps or 250,000% of comps. People actually understand that people are buying to make money, buying because this and that. But you're not going to pay full comps in the UK anymore. I don't think. I just remember London card shows to begin with. You'd walk up to a table, they wouldn't have a price on it, or they'd ask for 200% of US comps. But people are actually willing nowadays to come down on their prices because the market's forever changing, which is obviously a good thing for the UK if we're actually adapting to what the market's doing and everything like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I say, especially now with a lot of the shows and how big they are, how many people do go through the door. Like I say, as we speak now, we're about 4 weeks away from the next London Card Show, and I don't know how it's already come around. We always say that, but when you walk in there now, you know you can go up to a table. Like you say, 99% of the cards on there will be priced. Especially a lot of them, you build a rapport with over time because you see them at every show. They know what they've got, you know what they want, and then also the first round they'll be like, actually, no, I've got this card that you might want, and having that rapport built up. But then now as well with card shops opening up, obviously, Trade we have announced their store opening up on the 31st of January, which is great. We can't wait to get out there for that one. But like I said, now the actual interaction is what makes the hobby. But also, people do realise now, you know what? I've got a card show in 3 weeks' time. Might just wait for the card show, and that's what I think a lot of people are now doing with buying cards.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people are grading as well. To be fair, there's a lot of people that I know who are just submitting. Because to be honest, seems to be the way to go at the moment. Like people seem to, obviously, the PSA 10. You're just chasing the PSA 10s, but even if you're just grading for your PC, it's just. I feel nowadays, if you're grading for your PC, then it doesn't matter when it comes back. But if you're grading to sell it, get it back as soon as possible. But obviously, don't overspend on your grading fee.
Yeah,
because you realistically you don't want to be sat on a card for too long. Because some of these tennis cards, for example, that I submitted when that Chrome came out, like Mira Andreeva's gone down 50% of the value. If I'd submitted it on a higher tier, I would have had it back a lot sooner. It was sat for 5 or 6 months at PSA, but I could have had it back in 2 months or a month if I'd have got it back, and I would have been able to sell it a bit quicker. So I would just recommend people, if you want to grade, I'll do it. Honestly, I obviously know from listening to you on the podcast, you weren't against it, but you weren't submitting as much. And then obviously PSA came to London Card Show and you started doing it. You don't have to submit 100 cards at once. You just do 1, 2, or 3, and then build up to how many of you want to submit. So yeah, I'd recommend doing that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think grading now the turnaround is so good. The prices have dropped down a lot. The specials when they do them are absolutely fantastic. There's a $25 special at the moment with a 20-day business turnaround, which is crazy to think. And especially now, if you do want your cards back to resell, whether it's just for your PC, I was always one of them that I never wanted a card to go away for 6 to 12 months.
Yeah,
Just sitting there.
can't
I'd rather
hack
just
it.
have the card next to me raw than have it graded. But now,
Graded.
let's go back. I've got 8 cards on going to be coming back from PSA within the next 2 weeks, which will be a great reveal when they come back. I've actually got 2 more as well. Got some tickets have just gone, and now I'll probably do another sub because it's now in rotation. I think what it is, as soon as you start that rotation of right, send 8. When they pop, send another 8, and then you kind of have it in a circle that by the time they're back, you're getting more back. Then you get more grades, and it just makes it easier. But like you say, it can be 2, it can be 3, it could be 20. There's no minimum. There's nothing. But also, don't just do cards. Do stickers. Do whatever it is
definitely
you collect.
do stickers.
Yeah, stickers is definitely one, which is perfect segment to talking about what obviously you're collecting as well. And there's only one way to start because it definitely has perked my interest because there's a few cards and stickers. Sorry, I want to be picking up for myself. But obviously, Tour de France, the big cycling race every year, do stickers, which some people don't know about. To be fair,
yeah, they don't. They absolutely don't.
And some of these are just freak athletes as it is, but obviously there's not much Tour de France stuff out there. It's stickers and stickers and stickers. That's literally all you're getting. You're getting 1 box a year and you're done. How fun is it to open one of them boxes and seeing all of these big name cyclists just popping out of them?
You don't get it with any other sport. It's mad. It's weird to say. I'm happy at getting just a normal sticker of Tadej Pogacar. I'm sat there and I'm going, I'm actually giddy. Open a £20 box instead of opening like I don't know loads of those Ogre-Fractor boxes for F1, for example. I'd rather open those Tour de France stickers because I know 1, I'm getting my value back. 2, you can't go wrong with them. No. Like they're so good. And then I only found out the other day that there's 2 sticker sets I didn't even knew existed. There's Giro d'Italia stickers.
Ooh, oh no!
And there's like Alaphilippe rookies, Roglic rookies, like proper rookies. So I thought, I'm going to buy the 2020 Tour de France. And now I've gone into a different rabbit hole. Now I'm on eBay Italy trying to get Giro d'Italia stickers. I'm like, where am I getting these from? They're like 50 quid a box. But I'm like, it's worth the shot at getting one just to rip it.
But I think that's another thing of like when you have these interests in him. Thing is, you say it's niche sports, but they're still absolutely spectated by massive. Millions. Especially if you go mainland Europe. For people who don't realise, cycling is a different level. If you go to Belgium's, Netherlands, France, Italy, it's on a pedestal. When the race is on, everyone's in the streets. It's crazy. It's fantastic to watch. But like I say, this is similar to as we're going back to say cricket or Team GB. These don't have anything. All they're getting is stickers. So. Now I'm going to go down a rabbit hole later of buying more stickers, and I'm definitely going to be getting a box of Tour de France now. That's convinced. But obviously now you've just actually done a submission for Tour de France stickers. So how did you find that? Because stickers are ridiculously hard to grade, and you can look at a sticker and think, oh yeah, that'll get a 6, gets a 9. Oh, that's going to get a 9, it gets a 6. That one looks like a 10. Oh, it got a 10. For me, stickers are still that bit harder than cards to actually work out. Is he going to do well or not do well?
I'm just going to quickly grab them to show you because we might as well show them off over here.
You got it on the Tour de France. Like I said, especially I think for anyone as well, like Premier League, Champions League, whatever stickers might be, WSL for me, stickers are that much nicer. Get one, stick it in your book. If you have any more, get them off a graded. Put them on a low tier, 15, 16 quid, and just wait for them to come back because it'd be worth it in the long run. They are great fun, the stickers. Absolutely great fun.
Right.
And now it's going to be showing off the Tour de France one.
Here comes some Tour de France stickers, right? So these are the basically people I've grown up watching, like a few of them. So like Romain Bardet, playing on the Tour de France games. My nan used to buy me all the games to play on the Xbox and stuff. So that's someone I'd always use. So that came back a 6. And that was the only one I was adamant was coming back a 10. That one came back a 6. And then you got like Julian Alaphilippe.
Yeah, legend.
But I like normal stickers out there. Obviously, that small, aren't they? But they're like the size of a card, so they're a lot easier to tell what's going to grade well. You got Egan Bernal, PSA 9. Is that Sepkus? Yeah, Sepkus. But like you can do prospecting with it, like Evenepoel. You could get Evenepoel stickers. Like the value of his cards or stickers are ridiculous. Like a PSA 10 of this 2024 went for like $250.
Yeah,
a box cost 20 quid.
Yeah.
Like, you pull one, even if a raw one goes for like 30 quid. So
Yeah.
you may as well. There's no one knows about it. There's not enough people who actually have a clue that these are on. About Van Aert, PSA 9, Primoz Roglic, PSA 9, and then obviously the creme de la creme, Pogacar, PSA 10. So those are all 2021, which is the boxes I open all the time. And then to begin with, when I got into the rabbit hole of collecting Tour de France, I bought a massive lot off eBay for, I don't know, 200 quid, like 5,000 stickers. It had like 20 Pogacars. It was 200 quid, and the Pogacar stickers on their own go for 20 quid. There's like 12 of them. So I thought, even if I don't want to collect them in the future, there's a way I could get my money back.
Yeah.
So I graded 2 of the Pogacars, 2 that I thought they're really hard to grade, these smaller stickers. So sent one in, got a 6. So I'll be selling that one.
Yeah.
And then probably my favorite, might be my favorite sticker in my collection at the moment. Gacha PSA 9 from 2020, which is obviously his rookie sticker.
Yeah.
So I think no one knows about them.
Yeah.
There's so many fans of them. Like when I did a story or whatever on Instagram or a reel, the amount of people I had, like 10 plus people messaging me, didn't know you existed. They're asking for the links for the websites and where to get them. It's ridiculous. I'm such a fan of the Tour de France. And when it comes around, I'm there watching it.
Mm.
I don't mind sitting there for the whole 200 kilometers.
Oh, no.
There might be a breakaway at the start. I want to know if he makes it.
Yeah. Oh, no. But for people who don't understand cycling, when the names we were just mentioned, we're not talking like run-of-the-mill, bog standard guy. We're talking these are the top echelons. We've got somewhere, Pogacar, for example, one of the greatest cyclists of all time. It's like having your all-time 11 near enough for cyclists at the moment because they are that good at the moment. But if you've done like the Ballon d'Or Team of the Year, that's that kind of great. And they're just not. It's mental. That's what I love about having like the cricket, Tour de France, GB, that you can collect what you want and it's affordable. If I wanted to go and buy I don't know, like you say, going back to a Kobe Bryant auto for myself, you're looking £1,200, £1,500 bare minimum. I could go and buy it near enough. I can buy every single auto available for a certain athlete in Team GB, and it probably cost me 400. Like it just makes it so much fun. And obviously now, apart from Tour de France, I know there's another big collection of yours that we have seen some updates on, which has definitely been helped with certain releases recently. But if we're going back into the world of motorsports, we're going obviously back into the F1, F2, F3 world as well. So you've got to, when people show up to podcasts, they normally go, I've got a few cars to show off. I'm like, oh, nice. But this is special. This is how you start 2025. I can tell you that for free.
All right. Do we start with logo fractors or supers first? Where do you think we start?
That's not a bad question, that is it? Come on.
I think we'll start with the supers. All right. So I got into a rabbit hole. I enjoy watching him race in Formula 2, so I thought we'll buy one super to start with. I saw all 3 were on eBay. I knew where all 3 were from last year's set. So I've just randomly, somehow, it wasn't collecting them at all, but now I've got the supers, I feel like I have to. So I've got a Roman Stanek, who now has obviously bought Leto's seat in Formula 2, who obviously won the championships now in Formula 1, who we'll see in a minute as well. Roman Stanek, Super Auto. I've also got the car from that year, Super, but that's in the US. So that'll be for another time. Then I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to get the 2024 Stanek as well. So this popped up on eBay, and somehow I slipped, and my finger slipped and swiped. So we've got the Stanek Super.
Oh yeah, don't worry, we've all been there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, I didn't mean to put my payment details in. Oh wait, I've bought it.
I've got it up at the moment. I've got like card hobby open at the moment with logo factors like there. I'm just tick, 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 tick. It's just 1 of 1 Fornaroli. Obviously, big prospect. Won Formula 3 on the final corner last season. So he's in Formula 2 this year. Prospects like I don't know, $700 or something for the Super. But I've had offers over 1,000, so I don't really want to sell it because I've collected him.
Yeah.
But obviously, if he gets to Formula 1, I might be pushed to sell him.
Yeah.
Because it'll be that much. It'll be silly to keep it, really.
Yeah.
But once it's in the PC, I don't really want to get rid of it.
No.
And then logo fractors, best set of the year. Pick this up. Bortoletto, obviously in Formula 1 now, Formula 2 champion. Out of 5, logo fractor. unreal card. And then these are the only two one of ones I currently have with me, but I've got 5 more on the way from 2020 from Logo. So I got Dino Boganovic, obviously Ferrari Junior, stepped up to Formula 2 in the last 2 races, qualified like 4th and 5th in his first 2 races in Formula 2, so he's showed promise. Picked up his one of one.
Lovely.
I'm gonna go, Ronnie. Here we go. Here's a question to you. How much do you think a Logo Factor F3, top prospect in F3, went for?
I'm going to go 550.
So anybody who's actually going to listen to the podcast with me on it, here we go. This is only picked this up for 150 quid. It's people don't understand the value of prospecting with F3, do they? They just take the cash and get it gone.
Yeah, that's great. Wow.
And then my main PC, the boy from Barbados, Zane Maloney. This was pulled on Grid Cards UK Christmas Eve charity stream. I believe it was Christmas Eve. He did a giveaway box for a Logo Factor box. He hit 2 one of ones in the box. And I knew straight away who hit it because I bought another one of them today. He hit this. Oh, and I instantly messaged him, went, how much? How much? He was like, I'll do you a deal on it. So I'll have that then straight away. So that's how many? 6 one of ones for it. 6 one of ones that are here right now. We've got another 5 to 10 on the way.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I'm gonna have to up my game now. I definitely have to up my game. But even now, but I was gonna say, like, especially one of ones are special. Now I've got 3 cards here to show you because obviously it's quite good because it's the connection between us with these cards. Obviously, you pulled them for me.
Team GB, yeah.
Got 3 gold, one of ones, including the Super Adam PT, one from PC. Obviously, opening Team GB is great fun. Is there any pulls in particular that stand out to you, like, that I really enjoyed pulling that one? Because there's always some cards that you will remember, but sometimes it's not even about being a one of one. It could be another card.
Who you pulled it for?
Yeah.
Like pulling that Adam Peaty, I knew instantly how happy you would be. So that like pulling that compared to pulling some of the other things, I've pulled like 5 figures, nearly one like nearly 6-figure card. But I was more happy to pull that for you because I knew it was going to.
Yeah.
And then the Andy Murray is probably the one that stands out to me because it was first break, first box, first pack. Andy Murray pops out one of one, and it is unreal to pull an Andy Murray one of one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where his autos are tops. If you've got an answer to that, let us know down below.
Yeah, but as I say, it's when you build these reports, people. That's what people don't understand with breaking. I do it a few times for dub breaks here and there. That you know the person that you're potentially hitting a card for, and you can't say you want to hit a card more than another card. But when you hit the cards, well, you can. But if we're being neutral, if we're being neutral, you want to hit a certain card for someone, especially if they've been in loads of breaks and they haven't hit. There was one in the dub break stream. Certain collector literally bought the Alexia Bortea spot every single break. She never hit. I've opened a box of Sapphire and a Sapphire selections to 10 pops out of Potatoes. And you're going mad because you just not hit anything from that spot. And you're like, finally, if it's and then a to 5 come out the next box after it. But that feeling when you're breaking, the card's not even for you, but you're acting, you feel like you've actually hit the card yours. For yourself. Yeah. It's a crazy
That's
experience.
The same sort of thing like with that Patalas with the Team GB. Obviously, Jay was always buying Sky Brown. And until that recent Black Friday wave came along, we hadn't seen a Sky Brown autograph. And then, so obviously, he was buying that spot every single time. Wasn't hitting anything. He was hitting with a few of his other spots, like Tommy Fleetwood. But to finally hit someone something, when every week they turn out, they buy the same spot, they don't make an offer on it, they support you every week. You finally hit them something is probably the best feeling you can get from doing the break-in, to be honest. Actually hitting some, like, one person might come into the stream once and then they hit big. and you've got someone who's in a stream every single day or every single few days, I'd rather hit something. It's a bit bad. I'd want to hit something for everyone, but you'd rather hit for people who are in there every single time, even if they're not even buying in. Like if they're just people who are in there just chatting, and then the next time they buy it, they're in there every single stream. Those are the people that you really want to. If you're a breaker, you've got to support the people that are always in your streams, because without them, you wouldn't be breaking. I wouldn't be breaking the Team GB if I didn't have the 7 to 10 people that are always in there, because it wouldn't be viable. But to be fair, I'd still be doing it if it was viable, because it is just that good of a product.
Yeah.
So it just feels like you have to just support really the people that are always buying into your breaks, because they're buying in for a reason. They're one, they enjoy your breaks. 2, they like the sport. 3, they like the product.
Yeah.
If you can give them deals and stuff to get their spots, and they're always buying in, then I think you've got to do it, because you've got to support everyone who's just regularly always in your streams.
Yeah, no, that's very well put. Like I say, the community is the aspect of whatever it makes every breaker, every content creator, whatever it may be, is the community. And now, obviously, we have ended into 2025 now. What are going forward for 2025? Obviously, not going to talk about upcoming releases because we don't know the schedules, what they're going to be like. But for 2025 for yourself, what you're trying to achieve, or even what shows you want to go to? Like, what is your 2025 hobby experience apart from buying absolutely tons of one-of-ones?
2025 aims. Improve the setup is the number one aim. Improve the setup for everyone who's in the streams, because I feel like it needs improving. We've been doing this for nearly 2 years of breaking with different people, but I feel like I need to invest in myself a bit more. Like getting us support in the streams, I may as well invest the money instead of buying some cards for a month. Improve the setup, and then also get to Dublin, drink some Guinness is top of the priority.
That's a great one. Great one, that one.
And I feel like I've just got to be at a show every month, even if it's not in the UK. Like I want to go to an IndyCar race this year.
Solid.
Rip that product, and then get some stuff signed, because it's cheaper to go to IndyCar than it is to go to F1 in Silverstone. Overall cost, it's ridiculous. And then get to the US once at least, possibly October-ish time for my birthday. Go over there, meet some of the people. Obviously, all the F1 breakers most of the F1 breakers are all in the US. So go to a show, like I might go Burbank or something like that, end of the year, nice. And then honestly, just collect what you like, because I've learned that over the 4 or 5 years of doing this, that you can't buy everything, because I try and you physically can't. You just got to collect what you want. Yeah. So we'll switch the question to you, Ronnie. What is your plans? What are you dreaming of doing at the end of 2025? What do you want to have achieved on that Christmas special with everyone sat around the fire, having a drink, bit of cocoa? What is your dreams for 2025?
My main one is to get the top 30, 40 cards of the PC graded. They deserve to be slapped up. They deserve it, and they're starting to get graded, and they've got to just prep the next pile next to me to send off. I think echo one of your one. Get to as many shows as possible. I think that's always the best thing. Meet the community, just talk to people. But also, as well, for people listening along, they'd be the first time I've heard it. It's more content. So we're going more than just podcasts this season. We're doing more video content. We'll be doing stuff live at shows and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just giving the people as well much more stuff content to watch. I love watching people's content of whoever it may be, whether it's GBW with opening these packs, or when people go to their shows live, like Dan, like Jason, obviously El Toro. Just giving content, it's great fun to watch it back. But also the aspect that I say to people that they don't realize, when you record content, you're just recording memories as well. You can look back on it in 3-4 years' time, and that's what's going to be great, I think. At that show, I remember buying that Steiner card, or met this person. And obviously, a lot of the vlogs for the shows, they start when the doors open, then end. But no one really shows what happens afterwards, or anything like that, or the prep for it. So that could be quite fun. And then I think the last one has to be get more Team GB cards. It has to be. I've just enjoyed that too. I've enjoyed that too much to the card I'm going to try and chase the most this year is either a to 5 or less Alex Yee card, or to 5 or less Sir Chris Hoy, which I need to try and.
I think that if you could get a Chris Hoy to 5 or less, then that could be the best Christmas present of all.
Yeah, but like I say, it's going to be a fantastic year. This one, I think. Like I say, there's quite a few different things. Obviously, the Women's Euros, I will be in Switzerland for one of the semi-finals, which will be great fun. And it's just going to be a great year. Obviously, London Card Show coming on 4 weeks. Trade We Store opening in 3 weeks, which Paul will be rejoining.
The UK hobby.
Yeah, I'm going to plan to be there on Saturday, the 1st of February, which will be great fun. Probably shouldn't go there day after payday / week before London, but if we don't need to eat for the 3 weeks after that, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. And then you got Dublin.
Yeah, and then Dublin. So that month could be absolute carnage. But like I say, it's great to have season 4. But obviously, Bart's, a massive thank you for joining us. Like I say, massive good luck for 2025. And funny thing, as of recording, I'll see it tomorrow night in the Team GB break or whatever.
It's tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. So as of listening to this, when it comes out, this was last night.
The day before.
So you'll know if anything big's been hitting. So just look at the stories. Yeah. But for anyone who doesn't know where to follow you or see where you break, whereabouts should they go and drop the follow or even watch along?
Well, drop a follow to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We've got YouTube now. That's another aim for 2024. It's or 2025. We're in 2025 now. I want to upload content. I want to, even if it's just getting eyes on Tour de France, F2, F3, releasing some short form content about who to prospect coming into the new seasons and stuff. So drop for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot, BartsSportsCards. But then I'm also breaking with obviously stateside, Stokesy and Plan, 2 legends of the UK hobby. Who, chaos, I don't think they get enough.
No.
What's the word? Plaudits. So what they did for the NFL side of the hobby, they are massive. But they've always been on Facebook. So obviously follow Stateside Sports. We're always doing F1 and tennis at the moment. As Basketball's putting a bit of the back of a burner. So check us out on all of those. And make sure you use GBW10 at checkout if you buy any tops nows as well, guys. Because they do give you good luck.
Yeah, please message him for his commission on that one. Please, we'll be speaking to GBW for that one. But no, like I say, a massive thanks for joining us. No doubt it won't be your last visit on the podcast in 2025. But obviously, good luck for all the upcoming breaks, but also good luck for all the content what's coming up as well.
Thank you very much. And good luck to you, Mr. Roddy Piper.
Thank you very much. And obviously, that was a brilliant introduction back to season 4, obviously introduction to 2025. Massive thanks yet again for Further Down UK for powering up this episode of the Top Loader podcast. Whether you need card stands, grade preparation kits, whatever it may be, they will have you covered on their website or in store, and use code TTP10 at checkout for 10% off everything. But I hope everyone out there is enjoying their 2025 so far, doing well, staying safe, hope the family's well. But most importantly, keep buying, selling, trading, going to shows, and all of the good stuff. But most importantly, happy hobbying and good night.
Night.